Hi guys, it's Mary, January 15th, 2019, Talk to Me Tuesday. I did have a very busy, very otherwise productive week, except that I didn't have much to show you. And so this should be pretty short, but I say that every time and then I get to talking. Anyway, on Hocus Pocus, I've halted this for... Got the fabric in to finish it, but it's kind of on hold because it's not a priority right now. This one, same thing. I expect to work on both of those in the next week or two. Hopefully, just get them finished. Hocus Pocus has slowed down a little. I've been doing a lot more designing on it than work on the layout. I do have all of the center finished, and I'm putting the inner border around the center piece, so it's going to move pretty quickly. I have a few blocks left to make. I did make two of the shoes. They're not assembled yet, and by that I mean they're pieced. They're not. I'm working on the angle of one, and I just wasn't in the mood to think about that, so I haven't finished the shoes, but they're going to finish in just a few minutes once I get to them. I did finish the sisters, the Sanderson sisters, and sewed them into that whole center thing. Oh my goodness, I'm at that point in the quilt where you're looking at 6-inch blocks, 12-inch blocks, and then you have one or two of these big things that are going to go in the center, and then all of a sudden you start putting the center together, and you're going, holy cow, this thing's huge. It's gonna be a big quilt. And I could see on my wall how big it is, but that's way up there, and it just, when you're holding this huge center, what I've turned into a medallion piece, you realize it's a quilt. It's not just a bunch of little blocks anymore. So kind of the same step I got to this when I got to this part. It was like, whoa, this thing's like it could cover a bed. I like that. I like that part of the quilting when it ceases being blocks and it starts being a quilt. So I now have two of them at that stage. Anyway, what I am working on is Jennifer. I've got my jelly strips to be mailed out today. Those are cut and boxed and just ready. I need to remember to do the signature, and those will be in the mail to Texas today. And then I had worked on a jelly roll design a couple weeks ago, and I liked it, but I wasn't locked into it. And then I decided to try another one. I like this one a lot more. I'm doing it in just two fabrics, but with the idea of it fitting into all of the numerous, it'll look totally different if I use my jelly swap strips to do it, and I designed it with that in mind. Anyway, what it is diamonds, and they're just a simple concept, but one of them is like, I hate when that light from the door shines through it. Anyway, one of them is this, and the other one is the opposite, which is this. And then you set them on point, so that your strips are going at not even 45-degree angles. I don't know what angle that is, but I designed these as each one of these strips is 2 inches wide, and I had forgotten how much jelly strips wiggle, and you can pin them down, but they slide around, and then you sew a straight line into them and press them down, and they straighten out a little bit. But at the end of the day, 2.5-inch strips don't always turn out to be 2 inches finished, because they're just slippery little guys. And so this one is designed at 2 inches, and I've been fighting it, but I'm thinking that if I knock that down to and the design is in EQ8, so it'll be easy to just, as soon as I figure out how, I know how, just knock it down a little bit. So I think that if I made each of those strips a little bit narrower. Or it's actually the black that's giving me trouble, and black can be like that. This black is pretty just thin and slippery. The gray has a pattern in it. It's a grunge, and you can't see it because of the light. Let's see. Let's see what I can do here. There. It's kind of grungy, and it's a little thicker. It's got a more linen-y feel to it, or something. But the black is thin, and it's Moda's basic black, and it's just thin, and it's a little slippery. So anyway, I'm making it. I'm winning. I'm making it do things my way, but I think with different fabrics. But in the swap, we're going to be using different types of fabrics from different people, and even what I'm sending in is each one's different. So I don't want to fight a whole nother one of these, and so I am thinking about narrowing a little bit. If anyone would like this pattern for your jelly swap, just shout out. It's yours. But I do have 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 5 black and 5 gray. 10 finished, and I need to do a few more. What I did on these strips, I bought a mini jelly roll, so it's 20 strips of each. And so when I run out of strips, I'm gonna quit. And the border is just going to be gray, so they're going to be kind of floating in the middle. And it's just a simple concept, but I think it's pretty. And I plan to, I'm just pushing through to finish this so I can get it quilted. And that's kind of my priority, is to find something that can be quilted. Now, yes, I have 42 unquilted tops in my closet from years ago that I need to get with, and that's number 1 on my 2019 to-do list, and I haven't opened that closet door yet. This is not on my list. Maybe under the jelly swap it might be, but anyway, it's the 15th of January, and I still haven't looked at a UFO. I've thought about a couple of them, and I haven't done one project on my 2019 list, and I just keep getting distracted. But anyway, there's a reason for that, and it's gonna things are gonna settle down pretty soon here. So that's all I've got. I do have a photo of the diamonds that are sticking on top of my Hocus Pocus quilt, so ignore the background, but this is a look at how the 10 that I have are laid out so far. So I'll put that in right here, and at that I'm going to say farewell, and you guys have a fabulous week, and I will see you next week. Bye.